Hello, friends. I hope y'all are having a good Wednesday night. I am super excited about this extra awesome experience that you're about to have. So, we've been on YouTube Live here for a few weeks now, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I have. But tonight we have a special experience, and that is an online card class. So, I live in Central Arkansas, and I teach a online card class once a month. And I am thrilled to bring the card class to you online. So this is like a 3-for-1 video tonight. And we're going to be making something completely different than we normally do. And those are slimline cards. So if you don't know, my name is Kay Cogbill. My business is called Papermadeprettier, and I make cards with Stampin' Up supplies. And I'm so glad that you're here to join me tonight. So you guys have seen probably a standard card. Our standard cards look like this. This is an example of a gorgeous swap that I received. However, something that is really popular right now are slimline cards. I'm going to go on the better Wi-Fi here. So if this gives... Oh, we have people here now. Say hello if you're here. This is a standard size card, 5.5 by 4.25. Okay. But these sweet cards that we're going to make called slimline cards are 8.5 by 3.5. So they're super cool, and you're going to learn how to make them tonight. If you've never made one, then you're probably terrified because you're so used to making cards a different way. And once you see me make one, you're going to be making slimline cards all over the place. Now, well, hello, Beth Schuster. Great to see you. And someone tell me, TYOBB is who? I would love to know because I just don't know your name on YouTube yet. So we're going to make these great slimline cards. So don't be scared. It's going to be fun. Let me explain how card class works real quick. So you're going to watch this class. It is totally free. You get to watch it for free. Isn't that exciting? And if you love what you see, which you will, then you want to put in an order, because when you put in an order by tomorrow at midnight, normally I can have a little bit more time for orders, but I'm going out of town for a week on the next day. So orders need to be received by the 24th. Okay, so I can get this card class ready to ship out to you. So tomorrow at midnight, 3/24, $30 or more, you're going to get this card class for free. The host code is here. The description of this YouTube video has all of the information, the links to order, all of the information that you need. Don't forget, though, until the end of February, so just a few more days, when you spend $50, you're going to get free items with every $50 or $100 purchase. Okay, so that's super special. All right, I'm going to zip over here and adjust my light so that it's not so shadowy. Let me get some extra light over here. Okay. Let's see. All right, so let's talk about the stamp set. We're using this in 2 of the cards tonight. It's called Happy and Heartfelt. Okay, and it is the cutest set. It is, it's something that if you're in the catalog, you might just flip right by it and not notice it, because it is, it stands out once you really see it, but it doesn't necessarily jump off the page like, say, a new bird or something that, you know, a cute little animal or something that you haven't seen before. So sometimes sentiment sets can just sort of fade into the background, but this particular set does not fade into the background. It has all of the best sentiments, and I love the font. So the font is just super precious. And it's just, as the name of the stamp set goes, it is happy and heartfelt. There's no other way to describe that. So let's get started. I want to tell you, definitely stay to the end because I'm going to have an epic swap show with all of these swaps using these different cards, products. All right, so let's start with this card, these two cards. Now, these are cards that were designed by my friend Rhonda Wade. She is a genius, crafting genius, and she helps me make my life easier because I subscribe to her project idea page, and so I get lots and lots of great ideas from her. All right. So, and it features this designer paper called Symbols of Fortune. And I want to show you that paper. Let me see if I can actually put my hands on the paper and not show it to you in a book. Here's most of it. So you can see it's a, what do you call this? Specialty Designer Series paper. It's got some gorgeous foils on one side, and then it's got really cute monochromatic patterns on the other side. It's really pretty. And it's on the Symbols of Fortune page here. So this Asian inspired suite of products, it's gorgeous. And here's that paper down here. It's got coral, evergreen, succulent, crumb cake, smoky, slate, and gold. So what's not to love there? All right. Now we're going to use this designer paper with Happy and Heartfelt stamp set. So let's start with this card. Now, one of the purposes of this card class is to show you how to use up your designer paper. So if you don't have a designer paper problem and you're not someone that collects designer paper, that's fine. You know, no judgment here, but many of us are designer paper collectors. All right. So this card is going to help you rip through your designer paper in no time. All right. So we're starting the basic structure of a slimline card. I've written this on the description though, is 7 by 8.5, score at 3.5. Okay, nothing more complicated than that. Okay, that's your basic slimline card. Now on this card, there is a direction. So you want to make sure that goes up and down and you're folding your card in two. Okay, that's it. So if you did it this way and you open it up, then your bamboo would be upside down. So some of your patterns, you're going to need to pay attention to which direction it goes. This particular card, the paper itself is the card base, the designer paper, which is unusual, right? Because our designer paper is not as thick as our cardstock. That's perfectly fine because we're going to pop in here and use a piece of cardstock to give it some thickness. So this piece, now the dimensions, I'm not going to go over them because I'll mess it up. They're all on the PDFs that I send to all of my customers that are on my email list. So if you're lucky enough to be on my email list, you will receive these PDFs. If you're not, then hop on and join. Okay, go ahead and pop on my email list because you'll want to get these PDFs. Now, this particular, when you get your kit, you're going to have 3 pieces that are bigger and 1 piece that's smaller in this little baggie. Okay, this piece that's smaller is the one that's going to go on the front of this card. Okay, and that's the one we're going to stamp on. So we're going to make this card that says, heck yeah, congratulations. It's a fun card. Now you're going to need Flirty Flamingo as well as gray granite. And we're going to use the stamp that says heck yeah, and then we're going to use congratulations. Okay. Now, the congratulations is easy. It's stamped right on the bottom right corner of this card. Like so. Simple, simple. Isn't that cute? Hello, Patricia. Oh, I'm so glad you're here for the first time. That's exciting. I always love it when new people come and join us. I hope you enjoy our card class. Now, you're going to pull out of your packet this little circle. You can cut this with your layering circle dies. Now, if you'll notice, this doesn't fit on here. Am I right? It's too wide, but that's not going to stop us. We are going to be crafty because we're crafty people. So we just kind of have to get our guts up, and we're going to stamp just the part that says heck. Here, okay. And then we're going to give it a really good cleaning. I don't have my cleaning supplies on this table, so. And then we're going to stamp the yeah part. So this is how you make a long stamp short. Ta-da! Okay, so any stamp set you need to split up into smaller, you can just section out parts of it. All right, and this little guy is ready to build. We're going to stick down this piece of basic white. Now, I did use white for this layer just because that gives it some extra structure. Our thick basic white is made for the base of cards to make them strong. All right, now in your packet, you'll find some pretty hearts. This heart is cut from the Symbols of Fortune paper. It's at the back side of one of our little, this reminds me of the Lorax. And then this paper is cut from a 12 by 12 sheet of paper called Mother of Pearl. And this is also in that Symbols of Fortune suite. And you might just go right past it and not even notice it until you see it live. And it's so gorgeous. All right, so now we're going to take this gray granite ribbon, which is delicious. It's a gray granite shimmery type situation. Many people at my card class last night had never seen it before. It ties perfectly. It's in our annual catalog, and it's like it was made to go with this suite. Now, the suite does have a mint ribbon that goes with it as well, but I chose to use this one because I love the gray, the silvery tone to it. It matches that paper really well. All right, so we're going to shift this right down to midway. Now, we're going to build up our hearts. So I just punched these with our heart punch, which is right here. You know, this is a punch we've had for a year or so. Look, you can see my camera. It looks like a movie character. You're going to punch that with your designer paper. But there's also a heart. It comes with a heart punch that cuts out a scallop as well. So that's a punch that you need in your craft supply list if you don't already have it. All right, dimensionals. So we glued one heart down and we're going to pop the other one up because why not? So we're going to pop this one up right here. And then just a little secret, when I have to put something real close to something and I'm not sure where the dimensional is going to go, then don't put the dimensional on the item. Put it where you want it to go. Okay, so put your dimensional there and then stick your circle down. So that's another little trick. You've learned 2 tricks tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed those 2 tricks. Say hello if you're here. I would love to see you. All right, so card number 1. Easy peasy. All right. Now another version of this card I made is for Mother's Day, and we stamped the I love you here and then Happy Mom Day. Okay. So that's another option for you. So you could do either one of those. You decide. And if you don't have Happy and Heartfelt, you're going to need it. But if for some reason you don't like it, of course, any sentiment set will work in this card class. Just make it fit. All right. Card number 2 in this same line of cards is our, let's see, where did I put that? Symbols of Fortune. Here's one. I have many here. So this really reminds me of like a gorgeous living room that has like the silk screen across it. So this is a really neat design. And your designer paper is cut into strips. And we're going to build it on our Smoky Slate card base. So I showed you on the designer paper, we just fold it with our hands, okay? But on our cardstock, we're going to fold it we're going to score it first. So I left it unscored on purpose so you could see that this piece is 7 by 8.5. Remember, that's our standard base for slim cards, but we're going to take it on the 7.5 inch side and we're going to score it at 3.5. So that cuts that base right in half. Okay. So this is Smoky Slate. It's really like almost like a silver. Well, hello, Kathy Brown. Oh, you're headed to Little Rock to visit your daughter. Oh my gosh, be careful. It's icy here. I'm sure you know this, but it is icy. Oh, I did that wrong. I think I scored it at the wrong place. Actually, 7. Yep, I scored it at 3.25. Don't do that. Scored at 3.5. This will be on the back. No one will see it. All right. Yes, we got a layer of ice today. The kids got out of school early and they're not going to school tomorrow. So that's that. I don't know where you live, but in Little Rock, when it snows, everything stops because we have no ability to deal with it here. We have no infrastructure to deal with that. So we're going to stick a piece, the other larger piece of basic white onto our front of our card here. And then we're going to stick this other piece that looks just like it inside. Just kind of gives it a little punch. You could leave it blank and write on that Smoky Slate, but this kind of makes it look special. All right. So now we're going to build our panel, and we're going to use these strips. Now, I have cut these already for you. I believe they're 1.5 by 3, and they should kind of just line up like perfectly. So get them kind of laid out and then just kind of separate them so that the space between them is generally equal. Okay, so there's that. Now this one looks a little bit different. They're all going to be different because they're cut from a different little section of that paper. And then we're going to just carefully pick each one of these up and adhere them down. Okay, just kind of centering there. So we're going to zip along, do this real quick. Don't get in your head about it being perfect. No one's going to notice if your little strips aren't. Oh, flying, that's probably better. Yeah, flying is probably better. By the time you get here, hopefully it'll be melted. Okay, we're going to stick this down. Voila. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, so there's your little panels, and isn't that gorgeous? It just gives it that extra pop. Now we're going to use our, what do you call this? A cloud punch. So we're going to punch little clouds out with our designer paper, and we're going to get pink. We're going to get one cloud using the Subtle Shimmer paper. This is a pack of paper that comes in, no, sorry, I always say that wrong. It's Supple Shimmer. The two colors are this little kind of light blue color, and then there's a pink, let's see where I stuck it. Yes, There's a pink as well. I'll show you the pink here. This reminds me of cotton candy because you get this blue sheet and then you get this pink sheet. So, but we're going to use the blue. It's really an iridescent kind of, really goes with pool party. Thank you. I appreciate it, Kathy. I agree. All right, and then we're going to use a piece of Smoky Slate with our cloud punch and punch out a little piece of, no. This will come punched in your packet. You'll have all the clouds. All right, now just a tip on the clouds. If you put them both together the same way, I think that just looks weird. So you can either flip one around or you can even turn one upside down, which is what I do. And I'm going to stick this Smoky Slate one in the back with Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to pop this one up with Dimensionals, like so. Pop that down. And then I have used it's a tag punch that we have. I don't see it right in front of me. To make this little tag. Let's look at it for it in the catalog real quick, because some of you may not have this fantastic punch. It is called the Label Me Fancy Punch. It's $151.297, and it's a really great punch. It fits nice things in just all the right places. And we're going to stamp, we have to celebrate this. So any kind of celebration, this could be a wedding, anniversary, birthday. So keeping it generic is fantastic because you can use it for many things. And we're going to use gray granite ink, which I've covered up somewhere. Here it is. So we have to celebrate this. It fits just barely. Ta-da! All right, so we are going to pop this up with Dimensionals. Give it a couple. And on this card, you're just going to slick a little Smoky Slate bow. Have you guys made a Slimline card before? I'm just curious. Or if this is your first time seeing a Slimline card. Or making one. You've probably seen one before. I hadn't made that many until now. Or we made one last week on YouTube Live. It was really pretty. With the tulips. So go back and watch that one if you missed it. Okay. So these are our two gorgeous Slimline Happy and Heartfelt with the Symbols of Fortune. All right, now we're going to tackle this sweetie. And this is a card that you just didn't know you needed until you needed it. Now, remember, we're getting rid of designer paper. So this card used a whole 7 by 8.5 sheet of designer paper. All right, this is going to use 2 sheets of designer paper. So we're getting rid of that designer paper, which is great. And on this card, you're going to use the vanilla cardstock for your card base. Let me just show you this card. It uses the same Happy and Heartfelt set with the Daffodil paper, which is free with a $50 purchase. So you open it, it says, "You matter to me, no matter what." Okay, and then you write here. So this has all the cool layers. All right, I'm going to show you exactly how that works. So again, we're going to use our vanilla base. We're going to score it this time at 3.5, not 3 1/4. And we're going to fold this in half. Now, you're going to have a couple pieces, you're going to have a bunch of pieces of designer paper in your bag. And we're going to have one larger daffodil piece and then one smaller daffodil piece. Some of your smaller pieces will be bumblebee. Some of them will be this color. I'd like to use this color. I haven't done one with that yet, so let's use this color on this card. But it'll be a monochromatic, the one that's smaller. Oh my goodness, hello. Patricia said she made one for her daughter-in-law last June. How fun. For graduation. Beth says she's made a few Slimline cards, but not with Stampin' Up! Supplies yet. Well, you're in for a real treat because this is fantastic. So again, a great way to get rid of all this designer paper because you're using a 3 1/4 by 8 1/4 piece here. So you've got that piece, and then this piece is, I can't remember exactly, the instructions will be in your PDF, but it's a big sheet of designer paper as well. Now this page, just watch me for a second, okay? This piece of paper does not attach at the front. It only attaches on the back, okay? But before we do that, I'm going to put on my vanilla strip, okay? So in your packet, you'll have a little strip of vanilla, and it's, I don't know, 1 by 5, something like that. It's nothing fancy or proprietary. Let me look here. And you're going to kind of just about cut it, fold it in half. Nothing like scoring not necessary. And then we're going to fold this over, okay? And our goal is to stick it to the back. So we're going to put some adhesive on here and fold it over, okay? So this comes onto, you don't want to stick this one down, okay? So right, so far we have this coming forward. All right, now we're going to take our designer paper, lay it just like so. So this is kind of even on its outline. Does that make sense? And then we're going to fold this with our hands. We're not going to get fancy with it. We're just going to fold it with our hands towards the back, okay? And then we're going to adhere it on the back only, okay? Not on the front, just on the back. So we're going to put a piece real close to the edge and then a piece here and fold this over, okay? Center that, smash it down. Now, this piece is kind of like happy under here, all right? So far you've got this and this. And I've got pictures of this in the PDF, don't worry. You'll have good instructions with your class that comes in the mail. All right, the next thing you're going to use is you're going to have 3 little pieces in your packet that are die cut. Hippos dies, Tasteful Labels dies, and this is the Layering Circles dies. And this does no stamping on it. This little hippo die piece goes right here on our little sweetie strip. So you stick that there. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp the You Matter to Me here. And this card I did use basic gray only because we were at card class. You could use gray granite on both. It was just easier to use 2 different grays. So we're going to stamp You Matter to Me right here. And then we're going to stamp No Matter What on our circle. Okay. Ooh, I really got that one off center. Let's do that again. I mean, I can take some off-centeredness, but that was really off-center. Pay better attention there. Fantastic. All right. So all of our stamping is done. Now, you just eyeball where this needs to go. It basically needs to go underneath this hippo situation, the hippo die. So get some adhesive on there. And just as long as that thing's covered up, you're good. Covered up. Ta-da! And then we're going to use our heart punch to punch a little bumblebee heart out. And that's going to pop up on our hippo die. And our dimensionals here. I'm going to pop that up. I also am curious if anybody has any of this daffodil paper collected. Like, has anyone collected a bunch of this daffodil paper? Because if you have, this is the greatest card to get rid of it all. I just absolutely love it. I love something that solves a problem for me. The problem is I have too much paper. The solution is make a bunch of slimline cards. Okay, so we have solved the problem for you. And that is the end of this card, y'all. It's no more complicated than that. All right, you just start layering, and you could obviously switch out this designer paper to use a different kind and just rip through as much designer paper as possible, okay? Because just as soon as you use it, we're going to have some gorgeous new paper that you have to have, right? So you know how it works. All right. Do you love that? Tell me if you love that daffodil card. I do. Again, this one was also designed by my friend Rhonda Wade, and she's just so smart about stuff like that. These next two cards I designed, and one of the main reasons is that I had a bunch, and I'm sure you may as well, of the Friendly Hello Designer Series paper and stamp set. So this, oh, hold on, rewind. I meant to show you about these free items. So first of all, this daffodil paper that I just used. If you haven't gotten it yet, if you're brand new tonight to Stampin' Up, then a whole pack of the designer paper is free with a $50 purchase. Okay. And it's the best paper. It has all the really pretty patterns. It's got lots of daffodils. And keep in mind, we do have a daffodil bundle that's in the current catalog, but this paper will be gone after February the 28th. So you're going to be really sad if you have the bundle and you don't have the paper. All right. So make sure and get that free paper with the minimum purchase. There's another one of the patterns. This makes really quick and easy cards. All right. And this next set that we're going to use is from one of our level 2 celebration items, and that is the Friendly Hello stamp set with designer series paper. So with a $100 purchase, you get the stamp set and the designer series paper. We've got the gorgeous flowers, this cute little bird, lots and lots of sentiments that are great. Hello, friend, birthday, love, and support. Okay, so all the good things. And that is free with a $100 purchase. So, of course, I have a ton of this, and I love to collect the paper, but I want to use it. Okay, here is the paper. You've got some great monochromatic patterns in all the best pastels, and then on some of the pages, you've got all the colors mixed. So you've got lots and lots of options with this paper. Okay, it's going to bring us all the way into spring, especially through Easter, Mother's Day, those holidays, the girly holidays. All right. So we are going to create 2 cards with this, and they are similar in their structure. We're going to use well, hello, Dawn. Thank you. I do love that designer paper. You have most of the rainbow designer paper. You loved your class. Thank you, Beth. I worked so hard on that, and that was one of my favorite classes that I made, as well as the tulip class that we just did. I just love having those series of classes. I'm glad you purchased it. I hope that you were happy with it. It sounds like you were. I work hard to make my customers happy, so I wanted you to have a wonderful set of projects to make. All right, so we are now going to use now we're skipping over to basic white. So you'll see a couple of basic white. Oh, I forgot to show you the envelope, so I'm going to stick this right here. I'm just going to show you right now because I'll forget. So our cards that are slimlines, I bet you all are asking, well, how the heck am I going to mail these things? They're skinny, and that's not going to work. Well, Stampin' Up! Has your solution. It's called the Slimline envelope, okay? And our pack of Slimline envelopes comes with 2 gray, 2 soft succulent, and then 2 white. And I'm just looking for the white envelopes real quick. They've got to be close by. Anywho, you get the picture. They're gray, they're succulent, and then there's 2 white. So the 2 white ones go with, oh, here they are. The 2 white ones go with the cards that we're making right now. So they fit our slimline cards perfectly. They have the cutest little patterns on the inside flap. I forgot to show everybody that at class yesterday. But they come 15 in a pack, and they're $10. So super cute. They're in, if you're looking for them in the catalog, they're in this cute little spring catalog. So that's where they are. Okay. But your class will come with slimline envelopes. All righty. Let us start constructing. You're going to fold this in half. I'm going to go ahead and make these both at the same time because they're kind of similar. So y'all just strap on. Now, I've chosen 2 pieces of designer paper. One, I went with the color and did that. And the other, I stayed with the monochromatic Pool Party. So I just kind of chose both. Now, these fit just right on the front. So if you are someone that wants to conserve designer paper, then you can do that. But it's $11.50 a pack. Just buy 2. Like, if it stresses you to use it, buy 2 packs. Keep one, use one. Just use it because we're just going to turn around and have more that you're going to love anyway. All right, so this is the cards that we're going for here. Sorry. You'd probably like to see. All right, now we are going to use our scalloped contours dies, that use this white scallop contour, and we're going to stamp on those with our friendly hello stamp set. Now let me see. We're going to use Memento black ink because we're going to be using our blending markers. And I need to get my Stampin' Pierce mat from the other table, and I'll show you why. So our red rubber stamps, which we've used, the Happy and Heartfelt has the red rubber under it, but these clear stamps require you to put some squishy surface underneath. And I like the Stampin' Pierce mat for that the best, but you can use any number of squishy things. But we're going to start with this card on the right, and we're going to stamp our flowers with the Memento. All right, so we're going to just ink that up really good. Stamp some flowers here. And it's okay if it didn't get there in the middle because we're going to color that. We're going to stamp our other flowers here. And then we're going to use the stamp that says, "You have my love and support." How perfect is that for so many things? Okay. And while we've got our inks and things out, let's go ahead and stamp our bird and our hello friend. So when I have a stamp that's this big, I like to just turn my whole ink pad upside down and do it this way. Plus, on this particular card, I can make sure I've got enough of the black ink. I'm going to get it good and inky here. Oh gosh, that could have been ugly. All right, we're going to stamp our little bird. Fantastic. You have the Hello Friends set. Well, this set is for you. I'm so excited. So glad. I love it. It's so pretty. Sign me up for all the free stuff, right? I'm going to get it, and I'm going to get lots of it. Okay, so we have our two little pieces, and I'm keeping it simple here on the blending. We're going to use Pool Party Fresh Freesia. So I only colored the bird here. I thought that made it kind of pop. And just a quick little blending lesson. We're going to start with our, this is the third thing you've learned tonight, is how to blend. So we're going to come in, everybody blends differently. This is the way I blend. You may blend differently. But I'm going to come in and lay in a layer of light Pool Party. And then one thing I love about this bird set is it gives you clues to where the dark areas go. So you're going to darken up. Everywhere there's lines, you're going to darken up. So basically these feathers down here on the tail, but also like think about where the light doesn't reach. You've got his like little underbelly there and maybe kind of through here. So, but we don't want that harsh line where you see between the dark and the light. So that's where we're going to come back with our lighter marker and just flick and pull out till there's no line between those two. And you can see that great like dark light combo there. And then we're going to do the same, and I'm going to do this really roughly, not fancily, with our freesia. And I believe when I colored this the first time, I didn't even use the blends, but let's just show you how to do this. So we're going to lay in our foundation of our light freesia. You don't have to be careful with it. And then you're going to come in with your dark freesia. So all of our blending markers come in a set, and you see where all those lines are? In the middle, we're going to darken that up really good. Okay, and then we're going to come in with our light, and we're going to just pull this right out so that there's no line between the dark and the light. Okay, and then I'm just going to color the rest of these flowers really quick because I want to get to the swap show. So you can also color quickly and just use one, either the dark or the light, and go with that as well. So I'll do that. Release slide. All right, I'd love to know where you live. I know where some of you live, but pop it in the comments and tell me where you live and tell me if it's snowing there or not. We get a funny thing in Arkansas called freezing rain, and it's really not funny because it causes a lot of problems. So it rains, but it's cold enough that the freezing rain sticks to the streets or the power lines or the trees, and the trees come down and the power lines come down and all kinds of havoc happens. So, but so far it hasn't gotten that bad here with all that yet. Hopefully it won't. All right, so we're going to, on this card, we're going to tie a big piece of this pale papaya ribbon. Now, this is another way to get rid of a lot of ribbon. When you wrap a piece of ribbon all the way around your card, then you're going to go through it pretty quickly. So if you don't want to get rid of it quickly, I'll show you what to do on the next card. But again, this ribbon's only $7. So if you run out, just get another roll. Or just order two in the first place, right? Don't stress yourself out. All right, so the pale papaya is so pretty. This is one of our end colors. And we're going to pop this on with Dimensionals. We're going to put in 4. I really like, I was very active on Facebook Live, and I popped over to YouTube Live because Facebook blocked me out, and there's parts of it that I really love. Like I can see your comments really well over here on my computer. So I'd love it when you comment because that makes me feel like there's people watching. Now, if you're watching this, then make sure and subscribe to my channel because I do YouTube Lives here every Wednesday at 8. With one caveat, I'm going to be out of town next Wednesday. So I will post a video to launch at this time on Wednesday, but it will not be live. So I'm running a stamping cruise, so I'm super excited. It's our first stamping cruise. It will be a lot of fun. You're from cold, icy Wisconsin. That's right. We talked about that, Beth. Patricia is from Oklahoma, so it stays pretty cold there. I'm going to the Caribbean, so I'm going somewhere that's really warm. I'm having to dust off my shorts and lightweight dresses. All right. I tied and adhered a pool party bow on this card. Okay. So if you want to get rid of ribbon, do it this way. If you just have a little bit, you can do it that way. So those are your options there for the ribbon. All right. So we've made the Friendly Hello Slimline cards. We've made the Daffodil Slimline card. And we've made our Symbols of Fortune card with the Happy and Heartfelt. So I just wrote here, the description of the YouTube video has all of the supplies used, but the main things we used are Happy and Heartfelt. That was the #1 seller at card class last night. Everyone comes with their list, and they leave with whatever I recommend because we all loved the Happy and Heartfelt set. So you will love it too. Go ahead and put that on your order. Remember that you need to subscribe to my email for the PDFs. When you put in your order by the 24th, that's tomorrow at midnight, it's $30 or more. You'll get all the products to make this class for free. You spend $50 or more, you're going to get a free celebration item. So don't forget that. And that can be the Daffodil paper. If you spend $100, you can get the Friendly Hello bundle, which includes the designer paper and the stamp set. Okay, are you ready for the swap show? Let's go. So these 3 cards are made with the Symbols of Fortune. And I love trading with people because I don't even have this stamp set yet. So we have this great wedding card. Oh, I messed it up with the dimensional. I'm not even going to try. Well, I am going to do that because it's going to stick to something else. Okay, he's fine. Isn't that gorgeous? There's that ribbon that I told you about, the mint ribbon. It's very pretty. And then was this a little baby card? How sweet. All right, now I have 1 million samples using the Hello Friend. So get ready. We have, it's got the black is a great, oh, Richmond, Missouri. I know, Kathy, you'll have to save your money and go with us next time. We have so many people coming from all over the U.S. All right. We've got flowers and birds. Oh, this one's particularly special. She used some sponging to color those. You don't always have to color the flowers. Oh, I love that sympathy card. That's a perfect card. Our little bird. Again, you don't have to color it every time. You can just stamp it. This features the island vibes. Mixed that in with it. I don't know why this has a sticker on the front, but there's a Hello Friend card. I love swapping because I get so many fun ideas from people. This is very simple, but I like the way it goes. This looks like it has a kind of a, I thought it was a fun fold. It's not. But now this one, the first time I showed it on a video, I was perplexed and someone explained to me how it works. But it is see if I can remember how this works. It's a TP card. And you've got this little piece of Velcro here. And it stands up like this. Isn't that the most awesome? This is from Rhonda Bassler of Bakersfield, California, using that gorgeous stamp set. How cool is that? All right. Now I have another 1 million samples using the Daffodil. And I can always tell what's a favorite when I get my swaps back because it's always flowers, birds, butterflies are always our top sellers. So no surprise, daffodils and Hello Friend were popular. This is probably my favorite card of all of them because I love the way it pops out with that black. This is one of the most simple cards. I made this for a swap. I know the TP card is so cool. You can mix in the other stamp sets with this paper. So, like if you have this cool, I don't remember what that rainbow or something set. I love the edging there. The gold butterflies, the brass butterflies look great with this paper. So you don't have to color it every time. Don't get caught in a rut. You can pull in your daisy punches. This is a slam bang card I made with all of the dies from the Daffodil set. And I believe I made this on YouTube. So you can scroll back and see that card. This is a popular technique that's been going around. I think this one has a little fun fold to it. Yeah, so cool. Isn't that neat? I love the coloring on this one. Popping out some of the different colors. This paper I didn't even use, but it's so pretty. Loving this. And this last one, second to last one, my mom made. Love it. And then this is another one. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, wonderful. So I hope you enjoyed that swap show. That's one of my favorite things to do is swap with my friends. Get your orders in tonight so that you can get your card class for free. And you can make all the pretty slimline cards with your Happy and Heartfelt stamp set. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.